Sean Collins Drew. How the heck are you? I haven't seen you in 2 months or whatever.
Oh my God, it's been a while. It definitely has been a while. I'm doing great. How you making out?
Pretty good.
I actually just saw you like 45 minutes ago, but to
Yeah.
everybody else out there, we've missed you.
Yeah, we have. It's been I know we did this last year where we took a summer break, and we just didn't really announce it this year, and it was kind of spur of the moment. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
Just ghosting the people.
It just, kind of got to the point. We had talked about me expecting a child. I mean, I was expecting. I was not going to birth the child. I did not birth it. My wife did, but it got kind of busy leading up to that, and realized, okay, we might have to take a little bit of a break here for a couple weeks. And honestly, it was I think just for the podcast sake, it was kind of nice to take a little bit of a break, get some more stuff to talk about, let some life happen to us. And now we're back, which feels great. And yeah, I'm now a father of 2, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
A boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl, the perfect American family or whatever, people say. Yeah, it's crazy. So now she is 3 weeks old. Tomorrow's her 3-week birthday. So did you get her anything, Catherine?
Of course I did.
Oh, really? Oh, good answer. Great answer. Yeah, it's been quite a couple weeks here. It's, I think, an evolutionary thing where you just like forget how little sleep you get in the beginning and just how like, I don't want to say difficult, but difficult it is. So that evolutionarily you do it again. But my God, it's so hard. There's no sleep. I've been functioning not at my peak performance, as I think you can attest to.
It has been interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's like not peak. It's just I'm in like a weird.
You're just in a weird headspace.
I'm in such a bizarre headspace. I'm making like weird connections between things. None of my jokes are landing. It's quite a thing. But yeah, it's really been. It was nice to take a little bit of time off from work. Which everything really kind of went as well as it could go. We really had a lot of stuff prepared beforehand. The job kept moving. You guys didn't really need me for anything, and it was it was a little bit longer than expected because we kind of thought she was going into labor and then wasn't. So I took a couple of days off, and then she wasn't born for another couple of days after that, and then we ended up having a little bit of an extended hospital stay. So it ended up being about 3 weeks that I was off. I was popping in and out of the job, but you guys crushed it while I was gone. Really just proved once again that I do nothing but get in the way. So thank you guys for that, first of all.
Yeah, no problem. I am a pre-planner for sure. I love a good pre-plan, and I was very adamant about having like a written down pre-planned thing. And I think I was annoying everybody with how much I wanted it to be pre-planned, and then everything went really smoothly, and I was like, guess I was right.
Go me. Yeah. It was a good thing that you were. Not only am I not a good planner, which anybody that listens to this podcast probably already knows that about me, but especially in a frantic time, I am that much worse of a planner. So it was very essential that you took the lead. Whatever is the next step above, like, or 5 steps above taking the lead, like, just punishing us into submission to your plan. It worked, and it was needed because it was like it was really hard to get me to be part of this plan that you were creating, to keep all the content going, to keep the job going, to make sure materials were there, all that kind of stuff. Because I was just like, I don't know, I can't think about anything. I'm not stressed out. But
yeah,
the one thing that really resonated.
You insist that you're not stressed. I'm not stressed out. I'm not stressed out. I was like, it's okay to be stressed out. You're about to be out for a long time because you're having a whole new baby. If there's any time to be okay about being stressed out,
it's that.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's okay to be stressed out.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
We all made it through. It was fine.
A couple days before I started my paternity leave, I guess I was in a very tense headspace, and you had to kind of yell at me, and you're like, "Stop it! You're dripping stress all over everybody." And I thought that was an interesting phraseology for the moment, but it fit. It definitely fit.
It was true, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. I apologize for that. I'm sorry.
It's
But
okay.
hey,
Like
we
I
made
said,
it
we
through.
all understand. We all
Yeah,
understand what was happening.
yeah.
You didn't understand what was happening, but we all understood what was
I was
happening.
just like, everything's completely fine. Nothing is going to change. This is not like a huge life change. It's just, having another kid. But, working through it, not getting that much sleep, but working through that. And yeah, back at the job. It took me a couple, this was what, my fourth day back, and it took me, I feel like now I'm starting to get into the swing of things, catching up on all kinds of stuff, a lot of emails, all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of people knew that I was going to be away, out for a while, so I had to push off a lot of things. So just really like reconnecting all those loose ends and making sure that things are kind of getting taken care of and back on track, and getting back in the swing of just being on the job site all day, which
Yeah.
which has been great. It's been going good.
Yeah. It is kind of funny that you mentioned that. I like while you were gone, there are different, obviously we interact with a lot of people on the internet in many different ways. And there's not a lot of whole like face-to-face interactions, and I feel like back in the day, if you were like I would have to say like, hey, we can't make a decision on this thing yet because Sean is on paternity leave. And I feel like back in the day, if I said that to somebody's face, they'd be like, oh my gosh, of course, take your time, like no rush, like let him enjoy this time. But on the internet, people are like, okay, well, I'm gonna check in tomorrow to see if you have an answer. So I feel bad being like, I'm not gonna bug him for this. I'm so sorry. We'll get to you when we get to you.
It would have been fine.
No, I was very adamant on bothering you as little as possible and handling. And people just need to know to take a chill pill every once in a while.
That's true.
Everyone has life things that happen, and they should be able to be out and enjoy those new life things.
Yeah, and for the most part, other people don't care about those things. So if they need something from you, it's like, okay, cool. Wow, congratulations, some congrats. But also, I'm not on paternity leave, and I need to know about something that's probably not that important. But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, happens.
Yeah. So that's kind of my life update for now. You were like, let's just get right into yours. But talk about, I think a cool full circle moment that would be good to talk about is this. What did you just acquire? Why don't you tell us about that?
Oh, my new boat. You want to talk my new boat? So I bought a new boat, which is very exciting. It was back in the day. If you remember our Father's Day episode from a couple years ago, my father was a boat builder and a designer, and he designed and built a line of boats called Lippincott 30s, and I have wanted to purchase one for a very long time now. And I was able to buy back the one that he designed for himself. So not only is it what he designed, it is custom to him. Because he sold it like 30 years ago. He sold it before I was even born. But the person who had it in between then and now is the same guy. So it was really, that guy really loved this boat. It was, his lifelong boat. He really took good care of it. So not only was I able to buy back this boat that's now like 40 something years old or whatever, but it was also kept in really good shape. So it does need some work. I do need to do some things to it, but it was just a really cool full circle moment, because this is like, unless I get rich in some capacity and can buy a boat that like other people sail for me, this is my dream boat, unless that happens to me, in which case then I'll buy a bigger boat. But like, this is my lifelong dream boat, and I finally have it. So it's really special, and I'm really excited. And my dad desperately tried to talk me out of it this whole time. And then once I bought it and I was like, I'm doing it, Dad, I'm sorry, I'm getting it. He was like, he's really stoked and he's excited. And he was, when we were going through it, he was really excited to tell me all of the stories and stuff. So it was really special.
I don't know your dad that well, but I feel like I know him well enough that he would be like, oh, you don't want this whole thing. Just be really like nonchalant about it. But I'm glad that what was deep down, the proud, nostalgic moment came alive for him, which is cool, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's
How
really
many
nice.
how many of those boats were made? Do you know?
So there was the 30, and then there was the 36. So 30 feet and 36 feet. 36, there were only 3 of those made, and the 30s there was like 70 made or something.
Oh wow, that's a
So
lot of boats. 70 boats is a lot of boats.
yeah, it's like there are bigger boat brands that like really like mass produce
Well,
these
yeah,
kinds of things,
obviously.
but this like the Lippincott brand is sought after because it is like a smaller custom boat build. Like it wasn't a factory built boat. It was actually built by
By
humans and
people.
not machines.
Yeah. It's
And
like the
fun
premier
fact,
outdoor living of boats.
yeah, exactly. And at some point a couple years ago, Taylor Swift's dad called my dad because he wanted to buy a Lippincott 30. So,
Really?
yeah,
I feel like you told me that, but I
probably.
forgot.
I tell everyone.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You
It's pretty
basically
cool.
know Taylor Swift. That's
Basically.
pretty
And
cool.
well, so my dad, this guy, I think his name is Scott Swift. So he called my dad and he said, "Hi, I'm Taylor." Like he introduced himself as, "I'm Scott Swift, Taylor Swift's dad." And my dad has no idea at the time. He had no idea who Taylor Swift was. So he was like, "Hi, I'm Skip Lippincott. I am Catherine Lippincott's dad." Like that's just like he had no idea who Taylor Swift was. And then he called me and my sister afterwards, and he was like, "You guys heard Taylor Swift?" Her dad called me. It was and but then my dad couldn't care less, and he doesn't sell them anymore. So he referred him to my uncle, who my uncle is a boat broker in Maryland, and my uncle went up to Taylor Swift's like house in wherever they live, in New England somewhere, and like went out to dinner with this guy. So
look at
I know.
that.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Stuff. My God.
I don't think she bought one. Maybe he listens to this podcast and he's going to hear this and he's going to want to buy my boat. So Scott, if you're interested,
Not for sale.
$1 million.
Okay.
Yeah, you can buy my other boat because I haven't sold my current boat yet, so you can buy that one.
Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Pretty
what
special.
are your plans for it? Are you gonna do you want to take it on some sort of, I don't know, journey? Is there some specific thing that you just really want to do in this boat?
I definitely. So this boat is a little bit more robust with accommodations than my current boat. So I will probably sail it down to like the Chesapeake Bay at some point. That's like the short term goal. Like maybe do that this year at some point in the fall, maybe when it's a little bit cooler.
Use
But
up some of
beyond
those
that,
vacation days.
I got some left.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
but eventually I'll
How
probably
long of a
take it
trip is
farther.
that to the Chesapeake?
It depends on obviously where you're going in the Chesapeake Bay. But in my boat, to get like Chesapeake City is technically I think in Delaware, but it's like you have to go to get from us to them. It's like you go down the river, you go through the C&D Canal, and then you get into the Chesapeake Bay. So Chesapeake City is like halfway. That's like it's on the canal that connects the two. And I could get there in my boat in like a day.
Oh,
Like a long
nice.
day, but in one
Yeah.
day.
You can drive there in just like a couple hours, right?
Oh yeah, it takes like an hour and 15 minutes to get there in a car.
Oh, okay. So if you're pressed for time, driving might be the better way. But congratulations on that. That's super exciting. I think it's just a I don't know. It's not something that you get to do every day. Like not everyone has an opportunity to like even buy something that their parent like made, and especially that this one was made for himself. I think that's it's just really cool. So congratulations on that. You've been telling me about it for, I don't know, years about the Lippincott 30. So, really excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
So moving on, one thing that I wanted to kind of touch on again for this week and talk about is time management again. Time management has
Sean was late to this podcast.
that was just a couple minutes. That wasn't that big of a deal. But
minutes.
a couple minutes. It was like 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a couple minutes.
Okay.
Anyway, so what I'm talking about really is I have very, very minimal time, especially at this point in my life, because now I have a 4.5-year-old and a 3-week-old, and I need to prioritize my time a little bit more, and some things that I want to do more for myself, like exercise and things like that. I really need to put on the back burner right now, and I want to kind of reevaluate how I can start fitting these things in to my day to like move forward and actually make it happen, because I'm already feeling like 3 weeks in, it's gonna be a little bit of a while before I've got time to myself again, where they can
Mhm.
take care of themselves or they're at school. Like I got a long road ahead of me, and only 3 weeks in, I feel like, I mean, I'm overeating like an insane person, especially in the middle of the night. It's crazy. I haven't found time to work out. I'm not sleeping that much, but I'm trying to like wrap my head around how I can like reprioritize my time, or how I can multitask to still make some of these things happen. And all you see on the internet is, if you don't have time to work out, you're just a lazy loser. You're weak. There's always time, and it's I can relate to sentiments of that, but we've talked about before that this like macho bro hustle culture is like a little bit out of hand. And to that extent, I just feel like it's not realistic for me right now, but I already am realizing that I need to incorporate elements of exercise and meal prep and stuff like that back into my life, because I have the feeling that it could get out of control pretty quick with just not prioritizing it. So that was something I wanted to touch on. What are your thoughts on that? Just right off the rip.
I have no thoughts. I don't have any children. I have nothing but free time, so
All right, so you can't relate at
I
all.
cannot relate. However, I do think that there are like, you're kind of at an advantage because Max is a little bit older. So if you wanted to exercise, you could do things like look for opportunities to do things with him rather than like if you wanted to if like you love running. Let's take running for example. If you take him to a track and let him like ride his bike as you run or something, you can get a little bit of a workout in there. Or if you're, you got this side yard, tell him like, okay, Max, it's time. We're gonna go exercise, and then you kind of like craft little like exercises for him to do, or like some sort of obstacle course for him to do while you do your, whatever CrossFit stuff you like to do. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he's an active enough kid that you could probably get him to go with you, and then you're giving Sarah some time with just Sienna, and you take Max for a little bit.
That's a
Or you
really
can
good
just
idea.
barter with Sarah and be like, you can go out for an hour, whatever you want to do. I'll stay with the kids. Then give me 30 minutes or something to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
There's always bartering.
Oh, absolutely. That's all marriage is. Obviously, it's some people call it compromise, other people call it, blackmail, or whatever, bartering. But that's a really good idea. Like that's what I'm realizing I need to like more, not integrate into my schedule as much, but integrate into my life. Like how can I multitask with this stuff? Like, and when I get home, it's like, time to hang out with Max or take Sienna away from Sarah for a little bit, give her a break. And that right there, I think, is a great idea, to just be able to do both of those things at the same time, and come up with a way to make it fun for Max, especially. Could be really cool. So
You
I
can bond over it.
I appreciate that idea. I think that could work really well.
Yeah, and if you're just looking for, you might not have the time to do exactly what you want, but as long as you do something and you just view that as like, okay, I got something done and I'm viewing that as a win. I think that's a healthy perspective for this season in your life where everything feels kind of crazy and up in the air. And also, you're not sleeping super well, so it's probably not great to like also physically exhaust yourself. So maybe like a 20-minute little workout with Max is all your body can handle right now.
That's probably true. I think one thing that I'm realizing as well over these past couple weeks, and I realized it when Max was born, and basically any like big life moment that happens, like as soon as that happens and you feel like you don't have any time for yourself, and that you just there's nothing left in your schedule or your day, you realize, oh my God, I feel like I had so much free time right before this happened, and I didn't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like people always say that, but you didn't. You always filled your time with stuff.
That's true.
It's like you look at other phases of life with rose-colored glasses because you're in a hard part right now. But back in the day, you used to, you always talked about how you were editing until 2 a.m. every single night. Like you backfilled your time. Everybody's busy. Everybody backfills their time.
That's true.
You're just in a different new season of life, so it feels worse right now. And you're also sleep deprived.
That actually makes a lot of sense. I think what it probably is, And it's really helpful to talk these things out because, yeah, in my head, I'm like, I'm not realizing these things, but it feels like, okay, like right now, like one thing I would really like love to fit into my day is working out of some sort and also sleeping more. I can't really do too much of those things right now. So it's like, oh my God, I had so much time a month ago. I didn't take full advantage of it. But you're absolutely right. It's like my time was full of other stuff. I'm just fixated on like the one thing that I feel like I want to do now and I don't have time for. I would have had time for. And when Max was born, it was like all I ever wanted to do was take naps more because I was so tired. And I was like, my whole life, I never took advantage of naps. I never did. And now all I want to do is nap. And you feel like you missed the boat on it, but that's a great way to frame it. It's just different,
Yeah.
just because I'm busy
And it's
now
like,
doesn't mean I'm more busy than I was before. It's just, I just filled my time with different stuff. And now I've got a little bit less choice in how I fill my time at the
yeah.
very moment.
And I think it's that like what is that called? Like a not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but like, if like you're thinking about buying a red car, then you see every single red car on the road. Like right now you're like, "Oh, I feel like I'm eating really poorly and I'm so tired. All I want to do is like get a good workout in." It's like your mind is fixating on that. So now you're looking at all these times in your day where you can't do that thing where you're like, "Oh, I could have used, back in the day I could have did that and I didn't take advantage of it." And but in reality you were busy then too. Like you were still busy.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. And it's a healthy perspective to have, probably to
Yeah.
realize that. But um, yeah, it's crazy. It's a big life change, and I think obviously there's a lot of good things that come with that. A new child has been born into the world. I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a new dad, which is awesome. But I think like these big these like big moments in your life, like no matter what it is, it feels like an opportunity to like turn a new page, like change things in your life, and like maybe come up with some new ideas for what direction we take the business, and just like it feels like a fresh start almost,
Hmm.
like it forces you to reevaluate a lot of things. And especially something like this, like leading up to it, there's a lot of stress and there's a lot of like preparation that you're trying to do mentally and actually like in house and all that kind of stuff. So you're kind of like bogged down with that, and that like this thing is coming up, it's kind of looming over you. So it's probably a combination of reflecting on like this new part of your life, and also
Hmm.
all the time leading up to it you're kind of so busy that you don't have time to like it's not the time to introduce new ideas into the business, or like start some kind of like new thing right before this big life change happens. So it's like that I just feel I don't know what it is yet, but I feel like it's just like a turning point. It feels like it could be a turning point. Like it's made me kind of like step back, reevaluate things. With any big life event, you kind of reevaluate your priorities. You you kind of decide, how do I want to build my life, my business moving forward from here, and what kind of changes do I need to make to have that happen? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Because one of the things I'm thinking about, like, we kind of talk about systems within the business a lot. We talk about um trying to streamline as much as we can so that we can be efficient and have the greatest output of projects, try to get through projects faster, try to create more content with what we're doing, and like really just trying to amplify our output for the six people that we are. And I think we've done a great job of that for sure up to this point. But it's like being out of it for a couple weeks, number one, has made me appreciate like how far we kind of have come, that it was possible for me to take a couple weeks off and nobody skipped a beat. It was like, probably worked a lot smoother without me there, honestly. And but I think there was a lot of things I had to kind of get ready because I wasn't going to be there. And I think if I can treat the planning of the job and the things that we need to produce content wise, or decisions that need to be made with the client, like if I can streamline that and almost operate like I'm not going to be there, it's going to make everything so much easier.
I love it.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah, I love it because I think that even just during the day, people having like to stop what they're doing and be like, what detail is going to go here?
Yeah.
I feel like that slows down the day. Just that little thing, you're right there, but they still have to stop what they're doing to ask you. So if like everything is just pre-planned and we kind of have a better idea and grasp on what's happening, I feel like
Yeah.
that always makes things go smoother. And then also when people know what like the end goal is of whatever thing it is, it empowers them more to make their own decisions on like maybe doing something slightly differently but getting the same outcome, which makes
Yeah.
people enjoy their job more because they're more trusted to do something rather than coming to you all the time and being like, well, what do you want me to do, or
Yeah.
what do you expect here? So
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
me, I love a pre-plan.
You do love a pre-plan. I do
Pre-plan.
too, just as much. I just like mentally cannot do it. I'm just really not good at it. But one of the things that I'm thinking about implementing a little bit more is maybe like, right now is probably not the best time to do this because like my house is like a very busy, chaotic place at the moment. But stepping away from the job site, like at least one day a week, where I can like really dive into the things that are coming up and like get into every little detail. Because one of the biggest bottlenecks on our projects is those little details that are, I feel like I need to be there to like make a final decision. Is this going to be, a 4-inch piece of trim, or are we going to do a 2-inch piece of trim? And
Mhm.
I'm able to like visualize that in my head and with the help obviously of software, but it really takes me being in a focused state to be able to like really visualize it, work through all the details, because I get distracted very easily. So if I'm on the job site, like I'm not able to achieve that level of focus and get into like mentally work through those really fine details
Mhm.
until we're right up against them and it's in front of us and we're doing it at that moment. But there's
Yeah.
so many things that can be decided beforehand. It'll help with all those like little project or little material orders that we do towards the end of a job, like oh, we need 5 more of these boards because we didn't plan for this one little detail. Like I would love to do less of that, which we've been doing a little bit better on lately, but also like just work through all those details, and it'll obviously help everybody else that'll be building it. But it also, like, I'm realizing it helps me a lot if I can like draw out the plan and not have to sit there and be like, okay, I know 90% of what this is going to look like, but now I'm working through that last 10% of detail while I'm trying to build this thing. Like with the right now we're building a built-in couch on this covered deck, and there most of the details I kind of had figured out beforehand, but there's that last 10% that like really slows it down. And if I just set aside enough time to sit there with pen and paper, graphed it out, and planned it, I could have that all figured out beforehand. I could create a cut list. Obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement. I think eventually we'd probably get up to a point where it's like how much pre-planning actually does pay off for this. Like, do we make an exact cut list for every single element on the entire deck? Like, maybe, I don't know, but I know that there's a lot more room for improvement there, and it has to start with me diving into those little finishing details a lot more. And I think to do that, I would need to step away at least one day a week and just allow me to focus on that task.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
You think so? Are you just saying that because that would mean I wouldn't be at the job bothering you guys? I'm starting to feel like that.
No, 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 never. But I do
Definitely
think that
not
that would help
that.
you. I think that would help you. Well, I mean, like you said, I think that your house is probably a little bit distracting right now. You do have the shop, which is like a separate building you can kind of go to, but
It doesn't have
maybe it would
internet right
be.
now. My internet's out there.
Yeah, it's true. So it
That's
might be
killing me.
equally as distracting at home or at work, but I do think that if you, or maybe even if you just came to the job site for a little bit, got things set up, blah blah, and then you just went and sat at like a Starbucks or something just to sit there and focus. I think
Yeah.
that'd be a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is something else I wanted to get your opinion on, completely related and not random.
Okay,
If you
perfect.
had to give like a percentage of taking a shower versus going in a pool, is going in a pool like 60% of taking a shower? You know what I mean? You get where I'm going with
You
this?
haven't been showering, I'm guessing.
I mean, where do you draw the line? Like, you went in the pool.
Ugh.
A lot of times it's like, I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's not a 1-for-1. But I'd say going in the pool, I'm going to put it at like 70%.
70?
Going in the pool is
No.
like 70% of taking a shower.
No, absolutely not.
You're getting 70% as clean.
I
You don't
would
think
say
so?
maybe you'd have a leg to stand on if you were talking about a saltwater pool, but like a chlorinated pool, like
Oh,
chlorine is
yeah,
bad for your hair, and it's like it dries your skin out so much. That's not. Oh no, I would say
It
that
cleans
it's
you off.
like in a sterilization way, maybe, but
Yeah.
I feel like no. Do you feel clean after you get out of the pool?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't feel all dry and
But yeah.
scaly?
And, no, not really. And one thing I always do, I mean, the shorts that I wear to work, the cut off shorts
You
that I
wear
wear
those
like
in the
every day.
pool?
That's my bathing suit as well.
Oh
So it kind of doubles as, I'm not saying that it's 1-for-1, like it's the same as throwing them in the washing machine, but it's, again, 60 to 70%, I think.
I feel like that probably would. I feel like it would probably be. It would clean clothes better than it would clean a human body.
Really? I feel like it's the opposite.
Well, no, because
it cleans a person better.
No. Because you're it is like it's sterilizing the water, so it would have some sort of sterilization effect. Again, not good for like the longevity of the item because it's gonna dry them out, and like it's not good for the fabric. But cleanliness wise, why don't you just install an outdoor shower and do a little rinse off when you get out of the pool?
That's not a bad idea, actually. I hadn't thought of that.
There you go.
See, that's a way I can save time. So
there you go.
All right. Well, thanks for your input on that. I appreciate it. All right. So what else you got going on? I got a couple things that I need to work on. Time management. We keep coming back to this. We keep coming back to time management. It's like
one day we're gonna figure it out.
I hope so. No, it's a process. You always got things to work on. Everyone's got their things that they're better at than others. Time management's not one for me that I'm really good at, so I always got to work on it. And I feel like right now I'm really feeling the need to work on it because of all the life that's happening to me right now. So
yes, you're just in the thick of it.
Yeah,
but you'll get there.
Thank you so much. Do appreciate that. So what else is going on? What else we got to chat about here?
Well, we're kind of coming up on it, and we need to do a little something we used to do. Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea. Oh, it's trivia.
No, remember. It's time.
It's been good to have a little bit of a break from this because it started to become pretty difficult to come up with questions.
It really did.
Today was so easy. I came up with questions super quick. So, yeah.
All right, what do you got? You want to start?
You want me to start with the questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I started thinking about how everything's going cordless. Everything's going battery, right? Cars, tools, obviously.
I don't remember
everything.
corded car, but okay. I feel like cars are now corded, not cordless.
Well, you don't know batteries is what I meant. I'm talking about batteries here.
Okay,
I'm talking about batteries. So the main thing in a battery, the lithium-ion battery, right? Lithium has to come from the earth. True or false? The leading producer of lithium in the world is the Republic of Congo.
Lithium. I feel like I vaguely remember them talking about it coming from Ukraine, and that was one of their most exported things. So I feel like maybe not an African resource, maybe a Western European. I'm gonna go false.
You are right on that, and I probably should have phrased that differently because it's actually Australia.
Okay,
Australia.
I fell into the correct
never
answer.
thought that.
Yeah, me neither.
But I just feel like I don't know. I see stuff on Facebook or whatever, and they're like, it's almost like they paint it like the blood diamond thing that like this is where lithium's coming from. That's why the battery technology is so bad but apparently it's coming from Australia mostly. So how about that?
Now that we're saying the word lithium over and over again, they used to treat mental illness with lithium. I wonder if it's the same lithium. Like, I'm sure it's
Maybe a little bit
manufactured in
different.
in some sort of different way, but it's interesting. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so some PVC is rigid and some is soft.
Mm-hmm.
When it is originally manufactured, it is one of the two. It is rigid or it is soft. So, true or false? It starts off as a rigid material and they add plasticizers to it to make it softer.
That's a tough one. I mean, to me, it makes PVC is extruded. I think I'm going to say false. It's the opposite. It starts off soft, and then they can make it varying degrees of hardness.
Incorrect. Starts off as rigid.
Really?
And they add plasticizers to make it softer.
Huh. How about that?
Interesting, huh?
I would say so.
We just installed some PVC today, so it made me think of it.
Yeah, polyvinyl chloride, right?
That is it, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, starts off hard, and then they have to add the plastic. I wonder what the I'd love to see how that's made. That's probably interesting.
I bet.
So
Guess
yeah.
what? You're gonna have 2 more questions about PVC, so
Okay.
buckle up.
All right. Well, now it is my time to ask you a question, and it is: how many cubic yards of concrete did it take to make the Hoover Dam?
Okay.
You know the Hoover Dam?
You're damn right I do.
Okay.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Kind of underwhelming.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Is it 6.3 million cubic yards, 2.1 million cubic yards, 4.3 million cubic yards, or 2.5 billion cubic yards?
Wow. There's one real outlier there.
What do you got? What do you think?
I feel like a billion of anything is really insane. So I'm gonna X-nay on the billion one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 6.3 million cubic yards.
Wrong. It's 4.3
Dang it.
million cubic yards of concrete, which is crazy.
That is a lot of concrete.
Yeah. Which, to put it in other terms, it is enough to build a monument 100 feet square, so 100 by 100 by 100 square. You can imagine what that looks like, right?
Yes.
2.5 miles high.
My God.
Yeah, that's a lot of concrete.
That's a lot of concrete.
That is so much concrete. So, yeah. Well,
Wow.
hey, the more you know there.
Do they really need it? Like what? Why?
I don't know. It's like a hydroelectric dam, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. That
I
seems
don't know.
unnecessary. Like there had to have been something else they could have done to get whatever outcome they needed. Because that seems like a lot
Probably.
of concrete.
Yeah. I always think that with like so many things. It's like, they're like, wow, we really need to stop this river. And it's like, well, I don't know. Can't we just like maybe go somewhere else? That seems like a big undertaking. We got to dam this whole river. It seems like maybe a little bit too much work. Let's just go somewhere else
Yeah, it
where we
seems
don't
excessive,
have to do that.
but
So
hey.
I don't know.
Who
All
knows?
right, what do you got for me?
I also feel like there's some sort of insane statistic about how many people died building the Hoover Dam,
Yeah.
but I don't know that, so I can't say that for sure. But
Yeah.
honestly, wholly seems unnecessary. Anyway,
I'm going to look it up.
which country is credited with inventing PVC? Is that the good old US of A? Is it
Okay.
England? Is it India? Or is it Germany?
Those Germans are such good inventors.
It was invented and patented in the same country. So this country is credited with PVC.
PVC. England.
Nope. Germany. You were right.
Come on, Jesus.
It was
Usually my
invented.
first gut instinct is wrong, so I went against that. But this time it was right.
It would have been right, yeah.
Damn it. Interesting.
Yeah, those Germans, they had it going on. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, the exact number of fatalities during the construction of the Hoover Dam is a subject of some historical debate, but the most widely cited figure is 96.
Oh, okay. I mean, not great, but not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, not so bad.
Oh, just 96 people died.
Yeah. It's less than 100. Big whoop. No, sorry for them.
That actually does seem like a lot. If you're working on one construction project and you have 96 people die, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right. Last question for you. So galvanization, right? Mm-hmm. It's used to elongate the life of metal outside. So in your own words, explain galvanization. I'm going to give you a large breadth of leeway here.
I
And
think
then I'll make a decision on it.
Okay. When you galvanize metal, I believe you are adding in an alloy. Is that comprehensive enough, or do I need to keep going?
No,
No, that's not it.
it's not comprehensive enough. I'll
Or
give you another.
correct.
Keep going. Keep going.
Galvanization. I thought it was when you like made it really hot and added in another alloy. Like the galvanized steel is hot dipped to add in like iron or something. That's not right. Maybe not iron, but something like that. Like hot dipped galvanized steel.
All right, what's it dipped into?
Some sort of chloride. Something chloride.
No.
Not good enough? All right, give me the answer.
Not
What is
really.
it? Okay.
So I'm not going to give that to you. I mean, there's some chlorides. I feel like you just threw that word out there. You're like, there's probably a chloride involved. That is part of the fluxing process of hot dipped galvanization, but the main thing is it's dipped into, lowered into a kettle of molten zinc.
Zinc. Dang it. It wasn't iron. It was zinc.
Yep. Yeah. So it basically, it has a layer of
Is it zinc chloride or is it
on
just
top of
zinc?
it. Well, that's part of the fluxing. The final preparation step involves dipping the metal in a flux solution, usually zinc ammonium chloride. This removes any remaining oxides and creates a protective film that prevents further oxidation before the metal enters the molten zinc. So that's kind of like it has to be very thoroughly cleared or cleaned before it gets put into this thing. So zinc. Molten zinc.
I feel like that doesn't make sense to me because zinc is like I have zincs on my boat. It's a sacrificial metal on my engine shaft, so the zincs wear away faster than the engine shaft, like the metal shaft. You put a zinc on there. Zinc corrodes faster. So that's interesting to me that they put zinc on things to galvanize them in order to make them last longer. Or does it have some sort of sacrificial property that protects the metal that is galvanized?
I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
Know. Yeah. Well.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe we'll get
so
to the bottom of that one day.
I could tie it up here. Yeah.
No, I have two. Right. I got two right. You got two wrong.
You got.
Oh no, I have one right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you could tie it up then. All right, and I lobbed you one here.
Okay.
This is a real lobber.
Okay.
Outside of construction-based material, so tubing, siding, anything construction, name something that you would use PVC for outside of the construction industry.
Outside of construction, PVC.
There are three main things. So, I mean, I'm sure you can come up.
Toys.
Like those are plastic polymers, but I wouldn't necessarily call them PVC.
Outside of construction. Okay, PVC. This is a tough one. What else would PVC? And not like I can't say like windows. That's construction
equipment. Yeah.
Okay. PVC. Other than that, I would say, what else could it be used for? Sporting equipment.
No.
All right, what is it? I don't know.
The three other things are clothing, so like waterproof clothing, like raincoats and that kind of stuff. 2 is records, like vinyl records. That's made out of PVC. And 3 is medical equipment.
Should have known that one.
Should have known. All right.
Should have known all those things.
We got to hop on a call, so we got to wrap this thing up, Sean. What do you got for us?
We do. Life can throw a lot of things at you. It can throw a lot of things at you. A lot of changes, no matter what it is. For me, it's a new child, but there's things for everybody that are gonna disrupt, the flow of your life. And although it might be very stressful and difficult in the moment, you can also look at it as a chance to reevaluate things in your life, reevaluate your priorities, the things that give meaning to your life, and figure out a plan to fit them in and improve it moving forward. Because whatever you're going through right now, however difficult it is in the moment, it's temporary. It'll get better, and use that opportunity to evaluate those things while you're going through it. So that's what I got for you this week, and appreciate everybody.
Yes, and thank you for staying with us through our break. We will be back to our regular posting schedule now, so
we'll see you next week.
That was kind of my line, but all right.
Sorry.
We'll get back to it in the swing of things. It's okay.